Hey guys, this is Josh with Austin Underground, and I'm sitting here with Hoodie Allen. How are you doing today?
Good, man. How are you?
I'm doing good as well. Thanks for asking. What was it like being on tour with Fall Out Boy and Wiz Khalifa last summer?
Oh, it was crazy. Especially, I think we played like one of my favorite venues ever in Austin. That like 360 outdoor like big like racetrack. It was very very cool.
Awesome. You've had 10 shows that have been sold out, and 10 shows in a row. So, how is that feeling for you, having those shows sold out?
It's pretty crazy, man. It was definitely like if I had to pick like what I was crossing my fingers for, this tour has been everything that I had hoped. So it's been really awesome. Every single night, the crowd is different and energetic, and there's always something special about it.
Awesome. So, your latest album, Happy Camper, was recently released earlier this year. What was the songwriting process and recording process like for this album?
It was pretty cool. I got to work with a bunch of new producers. We did a lot of back and forth over the internet, but also a lot of people I collaborated with in person and just sort of built tracks from the ground up. Pretty fast process for me. The album took about 3 or 4 months to put together, as opposed to like maybe a year or year and a half, like some of the ones I'd done in the past. So it was sort of accelerated, and I think it led to me not overthinking everything as much and just sort of putting out music that I felt sounded good and that I was enjoying. So I'm happy with it.
Nice. The video for the album's lead single, Are You Having Any Fun? The video is like in the style of the video game Grand Theft Auto. So, what was the idea for that?
Well, actually, the idea came from it was more inspired by like the movie Scott Pilgrim, that Michael Sheeran movie,
Yeah.
where they sort of interplay like live animation together with like the real world situation. But yeah, we do draw influences from a lot of video games. Like as the idea evolved, the idea was to sort of put a video game world within a regular world and try to see how they could correlate together. And GTA was definitely one of the influences in terms of like just that first person sort of action
Yeah.
moment. But yeah, it was cool.
Awesome. So, your album was available for free. So, why did you decide to release it out like that?
Well, I've released a lot of my music out for free really since I started. I've always tried to make it easy for fans to get it and not let like money be the decider whether they are gonna listen to an album or not, because nowadays people consume music in so many different ways, whether it's streaming or it's torrenting or whatever. So I wanted to give people basically every option available to them and let them decide. And I think that because this fan base is so passionate, they they were able to get it to chart on iTunes, but also I know a ton of people got to enjoy the free download and appreciated that they could listen to the music without feeling like they had to steal it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's really great. This album has had great success. Since its release, it was up there with Adele's album,
Mm-hmm.
like right behind it. You're still young, fairly new to the music industry. Been in the industry a few years. You've been featured in Billboard, MTV, VH1. So how has all this success been affecting you?
Oh, I'm super conceited and cocky now. No, it's cool, man. Like those are the sort of things that like every next step you get, you never think that you're gonna get to that next thing. So it's like, oh, the first time we put something out and someone bought it on iTunes, or then the first time it charts, or the first time you see yourself on MTV or hear your song on the radio. Like everything is just sort of a milestone that you can say, wow, okay, that I didn't think that was gonna happen, and it did, and you just keep trying to progress from there and create new milestones.
Awesome. How great have your fans been so far on this tour?
Awesome. I think, I was a little bit nervous because the proximity from when I dropped Happy Camper to like when this tour was starting was a really narrow window, a little bit smaller than I usually would have. But it was cool. So many people got tickets before the album even came out, and then since the album has come out, that's when we started seeing all these shows sell out. So, really great fans, and I've been able to meet so many of them at like merch table or like before the show or after the show, and that's always like one of the favorite things for me is like interacting with the fans.
Yeah. I've seen some photos from your previous shows that you were crowd surfing in like a boat floaty type thing.
Yeah.
How is that for you? What do you feel whenever you go in that and start crowd surfing?
That's sort of a gag we've been doing for like actually a few tours now, and like it usually was something that would fail almost like every show. Like I'd run and jump from the stage in it, and it would just be like immediately like just crash. So we've like refined it, and now it's actually working successfully. So yeah, it's just one of those, like I like to do things that are like sort of bring the crowd together, and like that's a moment where like everyone decides whether I like basically live or not. So it's fun. It's fun for me. It's you never know what's gonna happen with the crowd surf every night.
Yeah. Have you ever been like tipped over on it?
Yes,
recently?
I've tipped over on it. Oh shit! Like 2 days ago, I got like trapped in the crowd for like minutes. It was very interesting, and no one wanted to help me back. They just wanted to take selfies. So I kind of got stuck there for a while.
What's the best thing about performing live?
I guess just taking these songs that like I write very much on my own in like my apartment or whatever, or in the studio, and like then seeing them translate into a thing where you really do bring them to life and bring a different live element to them, and you get these people who you see them online saying, oh, I love this music, then you actually see them in person like singing along to your songs and like responding to it. It's a pretty cool part of like the whole creation, to just like that's like the final step of like the whole process for me.
Yeah. So I saw that you brought out Ed Sheeran at one of your shows recently.
Mm-hmm.
Will there be any other surprise guests? Maybe Ed Sheeran showing up at another show?
I don't know. I think he's on vacation right now. But that was really cool because that's the first time we ever performed All About It together in like the year since it's been out, a year and a half. So that was sort of a really cool moment, and we kept it so secretive that like literally nobody at the show knew. So I don't think I've ever heard a louder reaction than what that LA show was. In terms of other special guests, I mean, maybe something for New York. That's my hometown show. I don't think Austin's going to get anything special tonight except for an amazing show. But otherwise, yeah, probably no special guest tonight.
All right. So what's next after this tour is over? You going overseas for a tour there?
Yeah. Working on a European leg for this, an Australian leg for this, because I had to reschedule that. Putting out new music and doing it all over again, basically. I mean, I definitely like to stay on the road, stay touring, and try to come up with interesting tours. That's why the Wiz Khalifa Fall Out Boy one was so cool to me, that I got to be part of it, because, like what a crazy pairing that is.
Yeah.
But doing these headline shows are cool too. I mean, like that's where I really get to connect with the people who feel most passionate about my music. So I can't wait to record some more stuff and get back out and do it again.
Awesome. So one last quick question. If you could perform at any music festival in the world, which one would it be?
Oh man, Governor's Ball in New York would be pretty cool for me, just because I'm a New Yorker. Bonnaroo would be pretty awesome. Outside of America, probably like one of the cool UK festivals, whatever it is, like Leeds, Reading, or Glastonbury, or whoever will have me.
Yeah, definitely. So thank you for talking with us,
Of
and
course.
we hope
Appreciate
you
it.
enjoy the rest of this tour.
Thank you guys so much.
Yeah.